we can solve week 4 PPA 1. So in this week, we will be using regular expressions, in particular grep command to match regular expression. The following weeks for week 7 and week 8 and week 9 will also use regular expression, which will be used inside bash, sed, and awk. So let us see how we can use regular expression to match this. So the question states that we have to write a command to print the name of the directories in the current working directory that have read, write, and execute permission for other users. So the first step is obviously to use the ls command. The ls command can be used to list out files and folders in our current directory. So here, if I use ls, you can see that we have these files in our current directory. They have the names A, B, C, D, etc. We can use ls minus l to list it in a long listing format. This will show all the details. Here, we can now clearly see that the first 5 ones are actually directories, where the last 4 ones are files. In the question, we have to only list out directories. Hence, we have to actually filter out entries which start with D. This can be done using the grep command. So I can say find lines that start with D. This lets us only filter out the directories. Next, we have to filter out those directories that have the read, write, and execute permission for other users. In this case, all the directories have the same permission. So let me change some of their permissions to make this clear. So if I make it O equals RWX and I give it only to C to E, then we can see that now C, D, and E have the RWX for the others, whereas the A and B still have R-X, which is the default. So here in the first column of ls output, we know that the last 3 letters represent the permissions for the other people who does not belong to the user or the group of this file. So here, what we have to do is use another pattern in the grep to match only those which have RWX at the end. This can be done by either putting as many dots as there are letters, or we can simply say match only those lines that start with D and also have some characters, but then at the end of this first word, they have RWX, not R-X or any other combination of dashes. So to do that, we can simply add \capital S in here, which is nothing but any character that is not a white space. So this will just match the first letter. But if we add plus here, which means match as many as you want, and for this to work, we have to use -E, or we can escape it using \. Now it will match till the end of this word. Now, what I want is not match any character, but at the end, it should be RWX. So now it will only match till the second octet, which is the group. First is the user, then is the group. And for the final one, it has to be the 3 letters R, W, and X. So now we are getting only those directories which are readable, writable, and executable by others. The next step is to print only the directory name on each line. To do this, there are multiple ways. However, the easiest for this could be using the cut command. And as we know that output of ls always has these many columns, we can simply say cut by space and split at the 9th field. However, this will not work because the output of ls actually has multiple spaces. So in order to make this work, we can also use the tr command and with the s flag, which will squeeze the spaces. So now, as you can see, we can get the output CDE. However, we can also use grep to match the last word instead of using tr and cut. In order to match only the last word, we can again use the \capital S, which means any non-space character. We can pass this through another grep and use the O flag, which prints only the matches, and we can do \S plus $. So what this will do is match any number of non-space characters at the end of the line. So this will just print CDE. Similarly, if we have some folder name with a long word and we give it the same permissions, then this will also be printed. However, if the name of the folder contains spaces, then this will not work. Remember to quote your arguments if they contain a space. And now, as you can see, it's only printing the last word and not the full word. However, this can be solved by matching from the last column till the end. We can do this using awk and other commands, but we will cover that in our later weeks. So for this question, this solution will be enough. So we can put it in the script here and we can run this. So this is how we solve the first PPA for week 4.